Hi guys, Adrian the Porsche lover. So today we're going to check out my Porsche Boxster and see what I've done to it for the past 2 months of ownership. Let's check it out. As usual, we start with a wristwatch check. So on my wrist today is a Casio A159W. It's essentially a F91W in a more luxurious housing and a stainless steel bracelet. Alright, back to the topic at hand. We'll start with the exterior of the car first. So one of the very first things I did was to actually polish the front headlights and also polish the front fog lights for the car. Reason is because I wanted to install the protection film for both of these. If you drive a lot, following a lot of convoys for Porsche clubs and everything, you will know that stone chips is a big issue, especially when you follow 911s or Cayennes with big fat tires. So they spill a lot of stones and they will damage your headlights and your fog lights. So I wanted to install a protection film for it. You can see this is a clear one. The headlight came out very well. The fog light, however, had some minor stone chips before this, so it's still alright unless I need to replace it, which I don't want to. So I also stuck film on top of it to protect the fog lights. You can see, so headlights, I also installed the black headlight trim around it, which is what I call the mascara or the eyeliner for the car from Key Studios. Very nice. I installed for my Porsche 911. It has held up very well for drives for the past 2 years. Also at the front, you can see that I actually resprayed the grills for the front. Previously this was in red color, which I thought would look a bit funny, but again, to each their own. So I customized it to black so that it better suit the car, together with a black color center radiator trim. At the same time, I also installed the netting for the car. You can see the netting here for 3 sides. Reason being is because when you drive a lot as well, you will know that a lot of objects, sharp objects, can actually pierce through. There was one time my client's car, there was a sharp metal object which pierced through and punctured the radiator and the condenser behind this grille. So that's a big no-no. So for a small price to pay, I already installed the grills for the car. Another reason to install the mesh is also to prevent leaves from entering inside the tray. What will happen is that these leaves in our hot humid weather in Malaysia will actually rot, and then this will actually damage the radiator as well. So I think that the mesh is actually a very small price to pay to prevent thousands of ringgit of repairs if the radiator is punctured or is damaged. Moving to the side of the car, I've actually installed the Mobile Pegasus sticker, you can see right there, and also the side script for the Porsche word on the side doors. At the same time, for the rims, I actually resprayed it. So the rims previously has also been resprayed, but what happened is that the previous people who did it did a shoddy job. Instead of stripping off the entire old paint, they've actually resprayed a thin layer on top. What happened is that caused the paint to crack and it wasn't durable. So I actually did a lot of job to actually strip off all the entire old paint and respray the entire rim so that it looks much better. Besides that, I've actually installed new tires as well, 4 new tires, because the old tires were about 5 years old. So I was afraid that it would crack and then explode. So I changed it to Michelin Pilot Sport 4. Really, I wanted PS4S, but unfortunately they didn't have that for this size 18-inch. So PS4S usually is for 19-inch and above. And since I drive a lot, I also installed a tire pressure monitor from 70 miles, which I will share later as well. When the car, you can see how it works. For the top of the car, I've actually installed a dark theme for the car. This is actually to cool me down from the hot Malaysian sun. At the same time, it will help to protect the interior leather from the UV sun rays. I'm not sure if you can see this, but on the front windscreen, I also installed the protection film for it. On my previous 911, I drove a lot and I accumulated a lot of stone chips on the car. I actually didn't realize that until my wipers was being replaced very often, about 1 to 2 months once. So what happens is that when I put a new wiper in, it will get damaged in the next couple of weeks because of the stone chips in the windscreen. It's become so bad to the point right now that I actually sometimes can't see out the windscreen when the sunlight hits it at a certain angle and reflects it, and the whole interior actually becomes very bright. For the top part of the car, the roof, I've actually done the coating. So the coating actually has a few objectives. The first is actually to prevent it from the UV sun rays. UV sun rays is actually very damaging to the fabric for the soft top. This is actually stock from the factory and I intended to keep it like this for as long as possible. Besides that, it actually darkened the color as well. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's actually darker right now And lastly, it actually puts a water coating on top. So when it rains, the water actually beads up and roll off instead of permeating through the fabric roof. And this will actually increase the lifespan of the roof itself. Another thing I did for the roof was actually to replace a motor. When I first bought the car, the roof wasn't working because the motor was worn out. So I actually replaced the motor as well, and the roof has been working extremely well and I've been enjoying every second of a drop top drives. One of the biggest and most obvious difference is actually from the back. As you can see, the lights are actually changed to a aftermarket OEM ones. So the original lights was okay, but this actually converted from a 16-year-old car to a 2021 car. It makes a lot of difference, and so far I've been very happy with the lights. Later I'll show you more videos of the light in action. For the back, I also installed a dash cam, which is very important, a front and rear dash cam. At the same time, you can see this. I changed the number plate lights from the yellow ones to the LED. Makes it look super good, and it matches the newer LED tail lights. If you like this video so far, please give me a like and subscribe to the videos for future updates. Okay, moving on. The next thing I did was actually to also replace the remote housing for this. So this actually came with the old grey color housing, which was cracking. So I replaced it with the newer 0.2 version, black color, and this actually make it look way better than the older ones. To the inside of the car, the first thing when you open the car, you will see is that the Porsche logo. So this I also replaced as well, aftermarket one, where you can see it's actually white in LED and it gives a floodlight or puddle light when you go in at home. It's very bright now, so maybe you can't see it on camera too much, but in the night time it looks very nice. And for the interior, another thing I did was that I actually resprayed this. So this was actually wearing out, so I didn't want to put it back to brown color, so I resprayed to black color so that it looks better. The last thing I did for interior was actually to install a tire pressure monitor, as I was saying earlier. So this tire pressure monitor was actually recommended by some of my friends in PCBMY, Porsche Cayman Boxster Malaysia. So far I've been extremely happy with this. It actually runs on solar power. At the same time, you can see the temperature and the tire pressure real time. It's been very helpful because I had the puncture on my previous car, and this actually saved me from getting into bigger trouble. Alright guys, that's all for today. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and do stay tuned for more updates for my Porsche Boxster. In the meantime, stay safe. Cheers guys.